Okay, last time we looked at how to explore different mediums with AI art. Today or in this video, we're going to look at how to uh, explore different styles. So I put in a prompt, beautiful sunset landscape with mountains. So what I got was, again, basically a photograph of a mountain range with a sunset and some closer in hills and a little bit of flatlands and brush. And I did the same thing. This is Automatic 1111 over here in Invoke AI. Did the same thing. This time we got a great big mountain range with a little mid-ground with some pine trees and then green grass in the foreground. So again, a different take on the exact same prompt. But now what we're going to do is we're going to introduce some different artists' names in this mixed to see what it comes up with. So I'm going to add a comma here, and the commas are more for our benefit than it is for the AI. Everything I've read, the AI pretty much ignores commas, at least. But I'm going to say, in the style of Vincent van Gogh. Let's see what we get. Again, 23 sampling steps. I've got my width set to 768 pixels, height set to 512. Okay, I'm only doing one image because I want this to go faster. CFG scale is something that basically, as you move this slider, it decides how closely it's going to stay to your prompt. So if you want something that is not going to stay close to your prompt, then you turn down the number. If you want it to stay rigidly close, you turn up the number. Again, seed is, well, I'll come back to that. Okay, we're getting definitely a Van Gogh look here. Now you'll notice we've got two suns. That's an interesting thing that happens with AI. Again, sometimes it gets quite creative, especially if the format is either too high vertically. If you're doing something with people in it, sometimes it will actually split it into two frames, and sometimes it'll just add extra things. So, but here what we're looking for is Van Gogh's style. So we can kind of ignore that one over there. And we got a fairly decent approximation of his style and his brush strokes. And so if you are doing an art project and you want to look at different styles and maybe try to paint in that artist's style, this is a way you can create something original to work from that's going to give you a little bit of a suggestion. Let's go over to Invoke AI and see. I'm going to add in the style of Renoir. Now, this doesn't always work perfectly. Sometimes if it doesn't know what to do with the artist, it just kind of gives you a generic picture, and it's not really in that artist's style. But it's really remarkable at times how how accurate it can be. So let's see what we've got here. Okay, well, that's different. I don't know how well that approximates Renoir, but actually it looks more like Van Gogh to me. Just smaller strokes, but again, AI kind of does what it's going to do. Let's go back to this one, and let's do, how about in the style of Salvador Dali. Okay, Dali was a surrealist. Oops, I always forget to push the generate button. Let's see what we've got. And again, if you want to change, you can come down here with this one. You can just hit this little die icon, and it will change the seed and make it a little bit more random. And while that's working, I could show you over here. Again, the seed is the general pattern of noise that it starts with, and then it takes that noise and resolves it into a picture. So if you want it to use a different seed each time, you can do that. If you want to turn that off, then you can just put a seed number in here and you can shuffle it, and you can, again, the seed itself is sort of a key to how that AI is generating the picture. And now I haven't tried this with Stable Diffusion, but in Midjourney, you can actually put your own seed number in, and as long as you include that seed number in the next prompt, you can generate the same picture identically. Okay, let's see what we're getting here. Okay, Salvador Dali. Well, okay, see, we've got a picture hanging on a wall. Basically we've got a balloon up in the sky, I think. So, who knows? Let's see. How about in the style of Seurat? Let's see what it comes up with this time. Okay, well, it's working. I'll show you a little bit more here. And again, the CFG scale, that's how close it stays to your prompt. You have a number of different sampling options that you can try. And again, I don't know really honestly one from another. I don't experiment that much with them. Actually, what I usually use is K Euler A, but it wasn't set on that. So I would do something with this one, but my computer can pretty much just handle one at a time. If I try both of these operating at the same time, then it slows way down. Now, if I'm working with Midjourney, I can do more, because Midjourney actually works again on the Discord server, so it's not using up my computer's resources. And likewise, if you are using Dream Studio or Playground AI, everything is being done on their server, not on your computer. So you can do a little bit more. Okay, here we go. Now this is good. This is definitely in the pointillism style of Seurat. And so you get the idea. Just you can experiment with different artists' styles. If you're looking for an animated type style, how about Studio Ghibli? This will be our last one for this. And we'll let that generate. Now I'll show you a little bit about Midjourney here. With Midjourney images, you can, when you put in your first prompt, and this little bit here is defining how it's shaped, you get 4 images back, and you can upscale each of those images if you want. You can choose to have variations on those images. Like if you like image number 1 here, then you just click on variation on 1, and it's going to give you a chance to change that. So let's say waterfall in winter, and leave everything the same, and see what Midjourney comes up with. You got to scroll down to the bottom here. And again, with Midjourney, because you're using somebody else's server, you're kind of in line, so you have to wait until it begins. Sometimes it's fast, sometimes it's not. And I can already tell I'm getting more of a winter feel here. And almost done. And it is done. Okay, so it has changed it. It's cooled it down a little bit. I've got some snow. I've got more of a winter landscape. So that is Midjourney. Okay, here we go. Okay, so now we have more of an animation feel. Studio Ghibli is an animation studio, and yeah, it's definitely got that feel. If you look closely at it, that's, you know, what you would expect from an animation studio. So a lot of things that you can do with AI and exploring different artistic styles. And the next thing that we're going to do in the last of these 3 videos, I'm going to show you how you can use it to create some reference ideas. So I'll see you in the next video.